I'm just eating chips. Uh, this is a Q&A video. I'm a voice actress. Um, feel free to ask me any questions. But yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. First, I'm number one. You are. You made it here first. That's crazy. I'm just munching, so don't mind me. I realized that I have a stomach grr. I realized that I have free will. So I got like potato chips and like onion dip. It's weird because I'm starting to realize I actually think I really like potatoes and onions in different formats. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Like, because I really like potato chips and fries, and I like potato chips with onion dip, and I kind of like the like fried onion ring stuff. So yeah, I think that's just like one of my favorite like foods currently. But yeah. Welcome to those of you just joining the stream. I'm a voice actress. I'm eating potato chips. And yeah. Wow. You have such a natural charisma. I wish. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the stream. Nice haircut. Thank you. Top tier style. This is just like a hoodie. And then the hair, it's probably just because it's in like its like foofy stage and I washed it. It probably looks like different. Because also now the highlights from when I bleached my hair are more apparent. So many comments. Hello, how are you? God bless you. Thank you. It's my first time seeing a voice actress eating a potato chip. Thank you. I try. Like first time ever seeing a voice actor. Just voice actors don't eat potato chips. It's like a rule. Oh, that's the picture in the back. That's my Persona 5 poster, signed by Max Middleman. I'm in my 20s, so I've been voice acting at this point for about 4 years, I want to say. Will you ever restring the hoodie? I think I lost the string. I don't know how that's possible. But yeah. Let's see. You're pretty. Thank you. I'm flattered. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the stream. Those glasses are thick. Yeah. I have trouble seeing far away. Oh, bye. Have a good day. Um, but yeah. So I'm just like chilling. Luckily, because I mentioned on stream a couple of times, um, that like I oh my gosh, so many compliments. Thank you. I mentioned on stream a couple of times I had a project. You haven't eaten anything in 2 days. Go eat, bro. Um, that there was a project that I really needed to get done. And luckily I did. I recorded all of it. So now I can focus on some of my other projects and skits. What anime picture is behind you? So there's my ReZero poster behind me. And then my Persona 5 poster behind me. But yeah. Why is everyone asking my age? I'm in my 20s. Let's see. But yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream who just joined. Um but yeah, I like I think that recently I've been trying to be more aware of, especially when I'm like doing any yelling lines, just putting more air behind my yelling. Like in the same way that I sing, where I use like my diaphragm to like and kind of take control of it so my breathing's better. I've been trying to do that more with yelling and voice acting. But yeah. You look like the girl Leon goes to save in Resident Evil 4. Ashley? Ma'am. I'm flattered. I'm eating potato chips with dip. Do I have a different voice when my glasses are off? That'd be funny. I just take off my glasses and I'm like, hi guys. Everyone always says I look like Velma. Oh gosh. What? Hadn't caught your live in a minute. Thank you for the $10 donation. Thank you for joining the live stream. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome anyone who just joined. Welcome Michael. Can you do a country voice, like a southern accent? I actually think that southern accents are like, well, it's kind of interesting because with American accents in general, it's so weird because they, like, they're with, like, the inflection of, like, American accents, but then they're, like, they're just, I find them a lot more difficult to do than anything like British or Scottish accents. And, like, there's kind of, like, the Southern Belle accent, which I try to do, but I'm not very good at. I'm chewing on potato chips. With a Mickey Mouse or Stitch impression. You're eating one chip at a time. I'm not just gonna grab it. I'm using like dip for the chips. I can't just eat like a handful. Man. You do a Mississippi accent. I feel like when you say that, I think I know what it is, and then I don't. Like, this is my thing with, like, because you have, like, actually, British accents are kind of the same way, too. Because there's a lot of varying British accents, depending on, like, the area you live in, I believe. But, like, yeah. I can only do, like, try a Pakistan accent. I don't think I'd be very good at that. Like, say hot dog or pizza in the New York accent. Actually, I did that recently for an audio drama. I can't spoil too much because I don't want to spoil it because it hasn't come out yet. But sometimes I'll also be asked to play like background characters in the audio dramas I'm in. Um, and so I was like, I think I was like a waitress or something. And just based on how she talked, I assumed I was like, oh yeah, she's got like some kind of New York accent probably. Um, and that was like not like, I don't know. It was all right. um, like, oh, okay, Southern accent. Um, I'm trying to think of what to even say. Do you know Spanish words? Yes. Can I string them together well? No. Though my boyfriend's been trying to teach me more Spanish. Because we're both Hispanic, but he knows Spanish. Um, but yeah. Hello, welcome to the stream. Do the accent when you describe the. Okay, but that's like a joke Southern accent. So, Juan and me, Juan's my boyfriend who's also a voice actor. Do you do dub commissions? I haven't really done any like anime voice acting yet, but I hope to someday. Um, but yeah, like, are you a rapper or a singer? Um, I am a singer. I don't rap very well. I know like the technical stuff behind it, but I, yeah, I don't think I have a good voice for that. Um, and on the occasions that I do, I kind of just like use my vocal fry sometimes. But okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. So Juan likes it when I made this joke because we were talking about stars. And then we were talking about how like there's like the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper, but they're called like Ursa Major and Ursa Minor originally, because they I guess they looked like bears to some people. And Juan was like, I wonder how they like decided to call them like dippers. I was like, that was probably like some dude in like the Wild West days where he's like, those don't look like bears. Those look like one of them dippers that we used to feed the horses. Like, and he just thought it was like really funny. for some reason, the way I did that voice. But yeah. Do. Okay. Oh my gosh. Freestyle rapping? Okay. I don't think I'm good at like freestyle rapping either. I mean, I can rhyme words based on like writing songs. But yeah. Freestyle Friday. That's probably a thing somewhere. Oh man, all of the potato chips are in like their small phase now. Welcome, Affable Sweetness, to the stream. Um, love your glasses. Oh, thank you. Do one of your. Sometimes I'll make up like little like raps or rhymes about animals. Oh gosh, am I actually gonna share this one? Okay. There was one I made up that I couldn't remember the rest of the song, but this was like a rap about how like rats were like really cool rodents and everything, and how squirrels weren't as cool. Um, this is the only part I remember of the rap. All right. You ready for this? Rats are some of the best rodents in the world. Sit back, all you lame ass squirrels. You don't know the first thing about the streets. All the rats can keep with the beat. And that's like all. I wrote that when I was like really little, like middle school. And that's all I remember from that. That's actually good. Oh gosh. Breaking news, Eminem has resigned. That, no, like, okay, but when I was little, um, like, I, okay, I would write, like, sometimes in, like, our English class or something, we'd have an assignment where it's like, write, like, a poem. And I think everyone, which looking back, I appreciate it. I appreciate the, like, vulnerability. But, like, a lot of people in my class would write these very, like, intricate poems. And they'd be like, my heart floats with the sky, and yet I cannot fly. Like, they'd write poems like that. And then I'd just, like, go up and I'd be like, this is a poem I wrote about hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are spiky and live in the grass. Though, do they last? Because their lifespan is not long. Is thinking hedgehogs cool so wrong? Like, it was not, like, it was not that impressive. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm a music teacher. But yeah. So, like, it's kind of funny though, because now I think with my songs that I write, my songs that I've written now are more, which I'll release eventually. They're definitely more personal. And they definitely talk about just more like personal struggles. Well, because music is kind of like, it's also an outlet to kind of just get your feelings like out there in a sort of like healthy way of processing them, I feel like. And there, I definitely think, I'm like, oh gosh, like, I don't think a lot of my songs are very happy. That's probably not good. But yeah, how many songs have you written? I actually wrote a new song this morning, and as I was like going through the songs, at this point, officially the songs I've written that are like just more serious, like this is a song that I spent time on. It's like about 10 songs at this point so far. But yeah. I really like writing music. I think that I've gotten better at guitar, for sure. Which is okay, but some people are like really good at guitar. Like my little brother, amazing at guitar. Like he played you're not counting the cat song, said one. Okay, I guess that's 11 songs. My boyfriend really likes that song. It's a silly song I wrote about cats. You wrote raps a while back. Oh, cool. Let's see. I am not on a diet. I don't know who said that, but that's fake. I don't know who your source is on that. My little brother has probably been playing guitar for like maybe 4 or 5 years at this point. But there's like there's this one band, I believe it's a band, called Lamp. It's like they make this really interesting music. It's like Japanese, I believe, but and it has this kind of lo-fi-ish feel, but it's not electronic music, it's like acoustic. But yeah, it's really like beautiful, and he like shared some of their music with me. And their like guitar stuff is just like seems like crazy difficult to me, but he can like play those songs, and it's very impressive. My little brother is like my whole family, just all of my siblings are very talented people. My older brother is really good at art. He actually drew my banner for this channel and my like profile picture for this channel. Yeah, it's crazy. I am not Japanese, unfortunately. I that would be cool if cuz I'm Hispanic, but I think I also like out of my whole family, I think well no, my older brother looks like the least Hispanic out of all of us, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm Hispanic. I have been thinking about learning to speak Japanese eventually, though. Because, yeah, I think it'd definitely be useful. But yeah. Welcome to those of you who just joined the chat. Are you a school librarian? I have been told I have that kind of look. No, I'm a voice actress and a music teacher. But yeah. Which I still need to get the strings on my violin replaced. Because I've been meaning to do that because I do want to practice violin more frequently. I learned recently the violin part to the like level 1 symphonic suite from Solo Leveling. And like I love that soundtrack, by the way. I like a lot of Hiroyuki Sawano soundtracks. But that soundtrack, there's just something about it where it's like it's really well done. And then I've also learned Time Flows Ever Onward on violin from the show Frieren. But yeah. Are you a babysitter? I mean, only to like my nephew. But yeah. You look like Felix from Stray Kids a bit. Last time someone said I also looked like someone from Stray Kids, but it wasn't Felix. It was like another member of Stray Kids, which I think I need to listen to more of their music probably. Because from what I've heard occasionally, I kind of enjoy the music. But yeah. It's funny because every stream that's like a Q&A stream, it's just like a lot of comments where it's like, you look like this person. You look like that person. And some of them are like really funny. But yeah. I gotta sit here with my stuffed animal unicorn. Actually, technically, it's an alicorn because it has wings. Those glasses fit you. Thank you. Skibbity or Riz? Why? You look like yourself. I do. Oh man. I have like thought about like whenever I've done like cosplays in the past for like conventions, I usually buy wigs, but I'm also wondering in my head, I'm like, if I just like did a cosplay where maybe I could just like color my hair the hair color of the character, maybe that would be a nice way to save money. But yeah. This is a live stream, so it is live. But yeah. I only have so many chips left. That didn't last very long. I probably should have put more chips on my plate. I should have made myself also like a grilled cheese sandwich, but I need to buy bread. That's my fault though. Yeah, you can have a chip. Here. They're okay, they're kind of like all small, but here's for the chat. Dig in. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, this is a live stream. Welcome to the live stream. But yeah, I've recently gotten to do a couple of skits, which is really fun. I prefer kettle cooked. You just lost aura. Like kettle cooked potato chips. They're like, I don't know. They feel a little like harsh on my gums when I eat like the really like thick potato chips. But yeah, is that ReZero poster? Yeah, that's like currently one of my favorite shows, and I'm hoping it continues to be one of my favorite shows. Because I really think I love the like themes of the story. I love the theme of like the main character Subaru being someone who like kind of lacks like self-worth and slowly has to like gain that and realize that like he's a flawed person, but that doesn't mean you're like a like horrible person, and just kind of finding his like self love and everything, and realizing that in order to have like healthy friendships and relationships with people, that's like a very important element. But yeah, I think like I'm talking about ReZero, but this is like a Q&A. I really do. I really liked season one. I mean, everyone likes season one. Let's be honest. I mean, it's just amazing. Uh, but I think that season two was really good story wise, but it was like very long. And then season three, I liked a little more than season two because it felt a little more like season one. Though I also think that, like, it's just hard to capture what season one did. Because I think that one so far was, like, the most interesting. And you really didn't have a concept the first time watching season one through, like, where the show was going. Because there's, like, initially these points where it gets, like, it's, like, kind of, like, difficult, and it's kind of, like, hard just like making it through certain like arcs within the story. But then you get like halfway through and it's like it's really like sad. But yeah, it's a very well written show and I like it. I'm sorry if I'm like missing all your guys' comments. Whose REM has traumatized me. Oh man, what a way to end a first season. I'm lucky enough that I didn't watch it when that was the only season that was out. But I can't imagine what that was like for people who watched it and had to wait like a year until the continuation of the story. I need to also watch Steins Gate because that's by the same studio. The only shows I've watched from that studio is Akame ga Kill and Doctor Stone, which is really interesting because I think in ReZero you can see these similarities with Akame ga Kill and like none with Doctor Stone. Or maybe you can like just in certain like animation choices. But yeah. Welcome to those of you who just joined the stream. I hope you're all doing well. But yeah. I think like my favorite animes are I think Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is my favorite. And then Violet Evergarden after that. And then Fate Zero. And I always have trouble remembering the order of the list of my favorite animes because it also changes sometimes. Depending on if I see a new show that I really like. Like I know I watched Dororo recently, and that's like one of my favorite shows now. It's probably, I think it's a seinen. It's probably my favorite seinen that I've watched so far. I think Vinland Saga is also a really good one. And then I need to finish reading monster. Um, oh my gosh, to notification. I'm sorry that happened to you this morning. I hope everything goes better. Thoughts on anime OST as a music teacher? Oh boy, here we go. I have thoughts and opinions on this. I think a lot of music in anime is amazing. I think there are a lot of amazing composers out there. Like, you have, to name some of my favorites, like, there's Yuki Kajiura, there's Hiroyuki Sawano, there's Evan Call, there's Kevin Penkin. Like, I think they're amazing. And I think they're overlooked because they write music for anime. Like, I'm, you know, obviously everyone within like the musical world is going to have their own opinions surrounding certain types of music or certain types of composers. Like, like John Williams is really good, but some people don't necessarily like how literal John Williams is with his soundtracks. Like, you listen to his music and it's like, okay, this is like this theme, this is that theme, and whatnot. And there's like Hans Zimmer, who's kind of different from that. Uh, but I think, like, just giving, again, this is my opinion. Do I think that a lot of anime composers are on like the same level of just writing amazing music the way that like Hans Zimmer or James Newton Howard or John Williams does? Yes, absolutely. I think like, and there's all of these styles they incorporate, and they're like so good at what they do, and very underrated. Oh yeah, My Hero Academia. I think that's, is it Yuki Hayashi who wrote that soundtrack? Yeah, the My Hero soundtrack is like amazing. And again, I think it's overlooked because it's like, oh, it's a shonen, and it's a shonen that's like 10 seasons, but the music in that is just like iconic and beautiful. But yeah, and that's my thoughts on that. you you got me invested, and yeah, just like a topic that I'm very passionate about for sure. I still need to watch No Game No Life. Um, but yeah. Do you like Beyblade? I don't think I watched Beyblade as much as I watched Pokemon when I was little. Um, oh yeah, those are all like great genres. I think like, I mean, yeah, vocally I like a lot of like more classical music because it just helps with like singing. And yeah, jazz is amazing. It's crazy. There's so much like improvisation that goes into that, and I'm impressed. But yeah. You rule, Elion. Thank you. Um oh yeah. I think you're referring to, unless I'm wrong, maybe this is another composer, Shiro Sagisu. I think I pronounced that wrong. Who wrote the music for Bleach and Evangelion. Yeah, also a really good composer. Oh yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood also has like a really great soundtrack. It's very like Lord of the Rings kind of sounding to me. Like, which is interesting. Um Love your hair. Thank you. You like Bleach? I need to finish Bleach. I do like what I've watched so far. I think that I'm probably not on any of the like people's favorite arcs yet, but yeah, I need to keep watching it. Um, Try listening to Ichiko Aoba. She has like an amazing voice, like an opera voice or something. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Have you seen Elfen Lied? I haven't. That's there's a lot of anime I haven't seen. Um, let's see. Yeah, jazz is kind of like it goes against a lot of classical technique based on my understanding of it, and it's kind of about defying expectation in how things are like musically composed. Um, but yeah, that's it's crazy what people can just like come up with and create in music. Because I'm definitely someone where even I've I probably need to try as opposed to just like making songs with what like sounds right and what feels right, maybe incorporating more scales and trying to use more of like a technical way of approaching music. But yeah, have you seen Fragrant Flowers Bloom with Dignity? I haven't seen that yet. Honestly, do you think JJK is overrated? I don't think so. I think it's the level of, I guess, like hype that it makes sense to me why a lot of people like it. Um, I think that obviously the animation's really good. Um, I think that the story is, I think people underestimate the simplicity of a story because I think there can be a plot that is very simple or a premise that is very simple. I think the themes and the characters surrounding a story are what make that story interesting. And in animation, that goes from like the writing of the character to the character design. So when I think about like a character like Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen or like Yuji, I'm like, oh yeah, like this like totally makes sense to me. Why like I mean the character designs are like amazing. The writing for the characters is amazing. Um it's just very unique because it is very like shonen, but also has these kind of like seinen elements to it. Um, Chainsaw Man is kind of within that same realm as well. I feel like where well is Chainsaw Man a seinen? Because I thought it was like a shonen, but I don't really know what's the criteria. Um, Hello, welcome to the stream. Uh, but yeah, let's see. But yeah. I think that did someone ask like a math question in the comments? Oh gosh. Let's see. I actually only think I watched a bit of Mob Psycho. What is going on in the chat? Oh gosh. But yeah, I think that it yeah, relating to again a concept I believe in where I'm like I don't think a simple story makes for a bad story. Because I was thinking about this the other day, because I recently rewatched one of my favorite movies. I still need to see the new one, but have I I don't know if it's gonna be quite as good as this one, but I really liked I like Tron Legacy a lot. And I think that movie got such a low rating back when it first came out because it was considered like simple. But I'm like, but simple isn't bad because I think it tells this really kind of beautiful and semi heartwarming story about how like perfection is kind of like unattainable in a way, but then it's like the connections with like the people who like matter to you, like that's there's like a perfection and a beauty in that. Visually that movie's amazing, soundtrack wise that movie's amazing, and I think character wise like the characters are very well done. And so yeah, I don't think like simple means bad. But that's my thoughts on that. Oh yeah, like I guess like I didn't know that like Trigun was like a shonen. Or maybe it's not. Have you seen the Infinity Castle arc movie? If yes, what'd you think about it? I really liked it because I thought it was awesome, and I read the manga, and I there's something cool about seeing like an arc you read being adapted into like a show or a movie. Yeah, it was amazing. I think like obviously the Gyu and Akaza fight is just like super cool. I think Ufotable's really good at making just like awesome fights. I think that yeah, it and obviously I think there's something about like Akaza's backstory that kind of like I was like that's so like tragic. I think I also see a little bit of that character within my boyfriend Juan because he is into like martial arts and everything, and just certain like character similarities. And I think that yeah, uh like I think it was also just like interesting. I think again, Demon Slayer super simple story. I think the characters are really complex in that story. Like kind of having this thing where it's like he's this character now who's obsessed with this like strength complex, and that actually comes from a place where he used to like not be that way, and in fact he was like really disturbed and frustrated by how within like society people wouldn't help people who are like poor or sick, and like that's I think that's just a really interesting way to write that character. And yeah, hello to those of you who just entered the stream, and welcome to the stream. But yeah, the man, the myth, it's Juan, the legendary boyfriend. Are you a graduate of? I actually only got to go to college for a little bit, and then I became a music teacher. So I haven't been back in a while, but I'm hoping to go back eventually. I just like analyzing stories. And I think I attribute some of that to my dad because he used to be an English teacher when he was younger, and we just grew up like my sister reads a lot. My sister wrote her own book when she was in high school and published it. Uh, I'd read a lot with my sister. I like writing a lot. I like analyzing fiction. My dad also enjoys like analyzing fiction. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Your glasses look very thick. How blind are you without them? I'm not like horribly blind. Um, I just have trouble seeing far away sometimes. But yeah. Yeah. And again, these are my thoughts on just like my thoughts on certain fictional stuff. Uh so I apologize if it sounds like pretentious. Um but yeah. You do look like a teacher. How do you do? I'm doing well. But yeah. I really like analyzing stories. I think if yeah, that's always something I've just like enjoyed a lot. Do you like bagels? I had one earlier. Oh, nice. I like Asiago cheese bagels the best. Um, that's a little bit basic of me, but yeah. I don't think I know what either one of those are. Um, but yeah. Do you toast the Yeah, I like toasted bagels. Um, cuz well, especially if you put like cream cheese on it, I think it tastes better toasted. Um, though also sometimes again, there's just something about like my gums, I feel like, where it's kind of sensitive to like bread or chips that's like of a like rougher texture, I guess. But yeah. Oh, do I have nearsightedness or farsight? I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember which one is which. I know that anything that the farther away something gets, the blurrier it looks to me. That's what I have. I don't remember which one that is though. I should probably know that as someone who's worn glasses their whole life. But yeah. I've been told I should get contacts, but I'll see someday. Yeah. Can you say what your channel is about? My channel has a lot of memes on it that I voice over and create anime memes. Because I'm a voice actress, I thought it'd be a good way to like have fun and practice my voice acting, while also kind of getting my voice out there and showing people what I can do, which it has done, which is really nice. And yeah, it's essentially like I do have like a demo reel on my channel, but yeah, it's a voice acting channel and it's a fun channel and a meme channel, but also kind of like a resume in a way, which is really nice. But yeah, favorite anime. Uh, well, earlier I mentioned, but yeah, it's Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. That's okay. I actually always debate if I like that one more or Fate Zero. Fate Zero is very intricate in where every character feels like their own main character. Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is really interesting in how it just kind of defies the expectation a bit and kind of has this interesting way of looking at the hero complex, and the hero archetype. But yeah, a sample of my voice acting. Okay, let's see. Still to this day, I didn't like write this meme, but it was like a meme I did like way back in the day. I think it's really funny. But yeah, I liked the one that was like,
Stop taking my socks. Stop stealing my socks. I need them for my feet. Leave my socks alone.
I don't know. I just thought it was like funny. And yeah, usually when I've gotten asked to be in projects, it's for like some of my deeper voices, whether it's my natural voice or like my antagonist voice. But yeah. Can you explain the Pomni short? Yeah, that was like a comic that someone made, and me like and Juan, my boyfriend, were allowed to like voice over it, and it was like I think I just committed to like the like crying in it. I like doing this really funny thing sometimes when I do like more like humorous crying in memes where it ends on just a like kind of like a small like but yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like the channel, and I'm glad my voice acting's good. Yeah. It's really fun. Like I like doing a lot of different voices. Um and yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, I think that once again, just not I'm gonna be told I look like Velma to the until the day I die. Thank you for all the compliments, everyone. Um, but yeah, I think like I really do like playing intense characters. Recently, I've gotten to play the character of Princess Merope in a project called Plague of Crowns, where she's like a knight princess, which is really cool. And that was fun because you look like a couple of different famous women, just like in general. Um, can you voice Velma? I mean, if I ever get the chance, I suppose. That would be cool. Uh, like, do I? Well, I work as a music teacher, but yeah. Um, and I think like there, yeah, like I think when I do voices, I it's really interesting because yeah, for Princess Merope, like she kind of just talks like me, but just kind of like gruff, sort of, and more humorous. Um, and then whenever she like puts on her helmet, then I change my voice to this kind of voice. And it's like because there's like a filter over it and I sound super intense and like that's yeah. Are you a dog or a cat person? I think both is cool. I think that cats are really cute and silly. Um and yeah, I think dogs are really fun. They're also kind of silly. And they're very energetic. They're good for hiking as well, to just like go on hikes and like bring a dog with you until you run into like another dog on the trail and then they're like row 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 and they just start like freaking out. What's your favorite voice to do? I think it is the antagonist voice. But yeah, I also kind of just like doing like silly, like small boy voices and saying like silly things. Like, oh boy, I sure do like pizza and video games. And like, I also think like doing the like small, like sort of like anime voices is really fun. Like sometimes my like roommates will be like, "Hey, like do you want like a chocolate chip cookie or something?" Cuz I just like baked like chocolate chip cookies, and I'll be like,
Oh my gosh, yes! Thank you so much. I love chocolate chip cookies.
and it like makes them laugh. But yeah, you sound like that is kind of the idea behind doing that voice where it's like it's just like all in your nose and it's kind of like a stuffy nose essentially. Very nasally. When did you start watching anime? I guess it depends. If I think about my first like official anime that I watched, it was like Violet Evergarden. So at this point, it's probably been maybe like 5 or 6 years since I got into anime. But yeah, I am a voice actress. What are your famous roles? I don't know about famous yet. I hope to get there someday. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'd love to be in like something that's like Fate. What's your favorite anime and who's your favorite character? Okay. Yeah, like favorite anime, probably Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. Favorite anime character? Okay, well, Saber in Fate is really cool. I think that I also think, but there's a lot of really good anime characters out there. Yeah, and like a lot of them, well, yeah, like Violet Evergarden is a really good character. I think that again, again coming back to my thing about I don't think a story being simple makes it bad. I actually kind of do think Genu in Solo Leveling is an interesting character. Just because like when you're in your like early 20s, you kind of find yourself like in that place a bit where it's like you're trying to do your best and you're trying to like pay for things and you're trying to achieve the goals you want to achieve. And sometimes you can have very literally like other people putting you down. And then sometimes it's also your own like situation or your own mentality kind of that you struggle with that. So I kind of appreciate that. I actually appreciate in more recent years. It seems like there's been more anime where it's like, oh, the characters are like in their 20s. And I'm like, yeah, I relate to that. I also think that, like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good anime characters out there. I think Levi Ackerman was definitely one of my favorites when I was like younger. Though I think as I got older and watched Attack on Titan, I think Erwin Smith and I think like Sasha in Attack on Titan, they're like pretty cool. Which instrument are you best at? Probably violin. Maybe singing. I even feel a little better about my singing now than I do with violin. But yeah. Oh, have a good day. But yeah. Are you into the game Fate Grand Order? I tried to get into it. I do like the arcs that were adapted into shows. I don't know if I'm like meant for like the gotcha game life because it can be very addicting. But yeah, I think I do like some of the game. I don't think it's quite as intricate as like Fate Zero or Unlimited Blade Works, but it's still like very entertaining. Though I did really like the Camelot arc of Fate Grand Order that was adapted into anime movies. I think it's like really crazy. Um, but yeah. I cannot do very many impressions, I'm sorry to say. You're gorgeous, like girl next door gorgeous. I've actually like I think my boyfriend might have said that at one point. I take that as a compliment. That makes me happy. Um hey, is streaming easy? I want to try it but nervous. I I think just go for it. Like I don't know if I'm an expert at streaming. I think I just try to have a conversation with people when I do streams like this. And when I play Armored Core, it's its own entertainment by watching me play Armored Core really badly. So yeah, just like try it out and see like how it goes and how you feel about streaming. That's what I would say. But yeah. Try a Yoshi impression. I don't think I can do a Yoshi impression. I can kind of do like a like Toad impression, but I don't know. Toad just kind of talks like he's like yelling all the time. And only when I'm like singing songs or something in my car by myself. I think holding conversations is actually really difficult, honestly. I think I only became better at it through being a music teacher. I think the just baseline of having good conversations is like, I mean, yeah, just engaging with the people you're talking with, which sometimes I have the habit of like ranting a lot, and so I really need to like catch myself in moments like that. Are you an introvert? It's like around other introverted people, I'm like extroverted, and then around extroverted people, I find myself to be more introverted. But again, I think I've maybe since become more extroverted through teaching. Do you have a Halloween costume or outfit for this year? I do. Every year, my sister's godbrother has like a themed kind of Halloween party. I think it's like ocean themed this year. So I was like, I'm gonna put together a costume that because it's dancing, it can't be like a like literal costume. It has to be more like inspired because I love dancing. But so I'm making it kind of like jellyfish based because I thought that'd be cool. But yeah. But yeah, I think. What's up? Welcome back to the stream. But yeah. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. Like, oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. But yeah. Ugh, I just earned a subscriber. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah. Thank you all for joining the stream. Do I want $1? I mean, You don't like have to like put $1 in the chat if you can't. I honestly just you guys even being in these streams and interacting like really helps. Both in just putting myself out there, and I'm hoping to be able to make my channel more into a thing where maybe, yeah. I'll give you a cent, all that's left in my bank account. I feel that. Uh, but yeah. Which is better? Better. Why'd I read it like that? Which is better, apples or oranges? Well, I've heard you can't compare the two. I actually think I probably like eating oranges more now that I'm older because again, they're just not as rough on my teeth. But yeah. That's my thing. Okay, green apples like Granny Smith apples are very good. Pastel goth? I assume you're referring to the aesthetic. I actually think that like as I've like been thinking about aesthetics in terms of like the kinds of music I write, because I like writing rock music, but I I do listen to rock music, but I don't think I listen to enough to be like entirely in on a certain like aesthetic or specific culture within rock music. So every now and then I'm like I do like a little bit of like a like kind of goth or like emo look, but I have to mix in a little bit of like blue or like pink or purple with it just cuz I don't think I mean I like being I like colorful makeup and whatnot. Especially just being like a music teacher. I think there's something fun about just being creative. My favorite band, uh, probably Starset. That's like techno rock. I just think they're really interesting in how they have this like space themed rock music. I just also really like how it sounds. Do you listen to Japanese rock music? I should. I wish I knew some bands. What are your interests and hobbies? Writing and art. And, well, teaching music is kind of my career, but yeah, like songwriting and singing. But yeah. Am I scared of heights? Actually, no. That's an interesting. I used to work for a time on a like a ropes course where it's like, you know, you have like a climbing wall and other obstacle courses, which I thought was like fun, especially like going down a zip line. That's always fun. No, yeah, I wish there were like more older rock bands that I enjoy. I feel like I'm every time I list the ones I know, I'm just kind of like basic. But yeah. But yeah. Do you get paid for voice work? Yeah, I do. Well, and currently I've only really been accepting paid projects just because of how busy I am. Uh, Unless they're projects that I committed to like a long time ago. But yeah, I do get paid for my voiceover work. It's really great. I don't think I've heard of that band. But yeah, there's a lot of bands I need to listen to. Oh, you worked at GameStop when Guitar Hero came out? That's fun. Yeah, feel free to suggest some bands to me in the future because I'm always looking for just different rock bands to listen to. But yeah. Oh yeah, I need to keep reading Monster for sure. I think it's really good. I've been reading Berserk with Juan, which is also really good. Very intense though, for sure. But yeah. I do think I've heard of Rage Against the Machine, though I don't know if I've listened to that band. Or maybe I have, but just like unknowingly. But yeah. I do not smoke because as a music teacher and a voice actress, that would probably not be good for my voice. But yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream here for today because I gotta, I gotta take care of my voice. I probably shouldn't talk for too long. And yeah, but thank you all for joining this stream. Thank you all for watching this video. When will you be back? I'll probably do an Armored Core stream sometime soon, just because I like streaming that gameplay. It's fun. I'm enjoying that game. But I'm not very good at it. But yeah, like and subscribe, everyone. But yeah, thank you all for joining. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah, I think if you want to check out my voiceover work, check out like the memes I've done. There's also a playlist of like projects I've been in, so feel free to check that out. And yeah, if you have some voiceover that you need to be done and you're looking for a voice actress, check out my demo reel. And yeah, though I'm also kind of only really accepting, again, just like paid voiceover work right now. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. Goodbye. But yeah, goodbye, everyone. Now I need to figure out how to end the stream because I keep forgetting.